It's daybreak here on Arise News, and it's time for the press preview. A first look at what's on the front pages. We start with our sister publication, This Day newspaper. On its front page, it has Alake. Tinubu'll push for direct foreign investment as DFI. President to meet US, France, all the counterparts and summit sidelines. Shatima canvasses stronger relations with British government. UK lauds nation's ongoing economic reforms. Envoy clarifies visa restriction, says not applicable to Nigerian students only. Ebatokum takes over as 22nd Inspector General, pledges intelligence-led policing. Navy denies alleged handover stalemate. New CNS takes over on Friday. That's Chief of Naval Staff. Abbas, appointment of NSA service chiefs, others in nation's interest. And then on that black strip, just below This Day, Sanwo-Olu, Lagos State Governor, launches 5 billion forward contracts for paddy supplies as a coal rise hits the market. You'll find that on page 6. If you're interested, RMAFC defends recommendation for 114% increase of President Aba's salaries. It has a rider there. It's the salary of Nigeria's president, one of the lowest in the world. And the issue is, what about timing? Bill Gates charges young innovators, funders to prioritize equity in benefit distribution. That's it for this day. Change of guard there with Ebotoku and Alkali Baba.
The Punch is leading with the board's dissolution by President Bola Tinubu'll. The paper reports that 2,000 vacancies are open for APC faithful as well as the president's allies. It also adds that 153 agencies, parastatals, others await Punch newspaper, others await board members, appointments, and another writer there says, don't sacrifice competence for political patronage. Okay, we do not have the Punch this morning. Let's have the paper that we have this morning on screen. Okay, great. We have the Sun, so let's go to the Sun. Well, the Sun is leading with appointment seekers, intensifying lobby, follow Tinubu abroad. They follow the president everywhere. Says the Daily Sun rather this morning. Seek place in cabinets, parastatal boards. And another story there this morning, change of service chiefs. Afenifere expresses optimism of better security. Egbetoko assumes office as IGP, calls for synergy. Costs of international flights to increase by 20% over Naira depreciation, and that's according to IATA. Strengthening families, participants, Lord Latter-day, sorry about that. Let's look at another story on the front page of the Daily Sun. Fuel subsidy removal, yes. Good for investment, says British envoy. President to push for foreign direct investment with world leaders at the 2-day Paris summit that is commenting today. All
right, let's look at The Guardian. The Guardian has boldly on its front page, proposed 114% pay rise for public officers complicates minimum wage negotiation. And then just below the pictures you're seeing, Nigeria needs state police to tackle insecurity, says ex-Agric Minister Odowe. Why UK government banned dependent visa for Nigerian students by High Commissioner. And freed inmate narrates 14-year prison experience for not cooperating with policemen. And then the same story about Tinubu pushing for FDI as world leaders seek inclusive financial system at Paris summit. PEPC APM closes petition challenging Tinubu's victory. Court adjourns to July 14th. And there is Punch now. You can go to Punch this one.
Okay, so the Punch, we already took that major headline. The paper is leading with, the dissolution of the boards by President Bola Tinubu. It's also putting figures to the availability of vacancies. The paper is reporting 2,000 vacancies. And other stories there, Makinde elevates Ladoja, 10 other Ibadan high chiefs to Oba. Residents panic as bandits' reign of terror returns to Ondo local government. And Labour fumes as Ramfak hikes politicians' salaries. That's a debate, although it's still a process.
Yeah.
It's not been assented to by the president. We don't even know if the legislative aspect has been concluded, but already there's controversy around it because it has to go through the National Assembly and then come to the president for assent before it becomes law.
But the argument here is that at such a time like this, you're proposing this.
Yeah, it's very insensitive. But they also said, Ramfak was defending itself, was on our primetime news yesterday, saying they haven't done this for a while. It's something they're supposed to be...
Since 2007.
They're supposed to have done this constitutionally, periodically, and they've not done this for a while, and this process has started, yes, but it's not been concluded. So let's see how all of this turns out. They're saying they didn't start it now. It's a process that started even prior to this administration, and it should go through the National Assembly and then come to the president. But the Punch is also reporting other stories. For instance, above the nameplate this morning, it says DSS combs Bauer's Abuja home. That's the former EFCC chairman. Extends probe to associates. Egbeto Kun, the new acting IGP, plans tech-driven policing, improved welfare for officers. Incredible. That's great news. Hearing continues in Desiani's case on forfeited assets. And that's it on the front page of the Punch this morning.
All right. Let's look at international newspapers now. And we have the I newspaper. Mortgage pain deepens as new rates rise sparks recession fears. It has a right there. It says banks set to increase base rate for 13th time after inflation shock. And then just inside that picture where you have the blue color, race against time to find missing Titanic sap after banging herd.
Well, The Guardian is leading with an exclusive story. The Guardian UK, it says security guards on a Kenyan apple farm that supplies British supermarkets have been accused of brutally assaulting and killing people suspected of trespassing on that property.
All right, let's look at Daily Express. Rescue robot is last chance of survival. Well, they've employed a robot to go and try to get these people out. Do we really? All right, that's it for the Daily Express.
On the Financial Times, yes. The Financial Times is reporting that the Bank of England is under pressure to raise interest rates by as much as 0.5 percentage point because of stubbornly high inflation. All
right. I guess that will be it. That's all the papers we have to look at this morning on Daybreak here on Arise News. And that's the press preview. Follow us on Twitter at Arise TV. Get the latest on our website at arise.tv.